So now that we've kind of looked at basic font formatting, let's talk about some advanced features of font. This is only going to be in the 2019 or whatever version you may be using. And I think it's important to note that the Office 365 version does not have all these features. So you're definitely going to need to be in a document that's installed on your computer in the program. So the font dialog box has a lot of options, and so does the ribbon with that don't really appear on the 365. So what you can do is actually apply like effects and those kinds of things to text, and you can space things out, and there's more that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on my first name in the document that we have from the previous lesson. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause the video here, and I would like you to apply small caps to this, as well as a double strike through. So see if you can apply small caps formatting and a double strike through to this. To do that, all you have to do is open up the dialog box for more options, because you can see up here, there's a strike through option, but it's not a double strike through option. And you have the ability to change the case, where you have sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, all those things, but none of them are small caps. And small caps is where everything's in caps, but the first letter of the word is actually a little bit bigger than the other ones. So to get those features, you're going to need to open up the dialog box for even more options than what can fit on the ribbon. And that's in the bottom right-hand corner of every single group that has a dialog box. So you can see font has a dialog box, paragraph does, clipboard does, styles does, and if we went to other tabs like design, or actually design doesn't have any, we went to layout, you'd have one on like page setup and those kinds of things, because they have more options than what will fit on the ribbon or what they want to highlight on the ribbon, because they're advanced features. So I'm going to go back to the home tab and go ahead and click on the font dialog box button. And when I do that, it will actually open up a dialog box on my screen. And not only do we have just options for font, but there's even more options up at the top for a lot of things, broken up into tabs. Like there's an advanced tab right here. And in here, I'd like you to make sure that you found the double strike through and the small caps on your own. And if you need to, you can pause the video real quick. So after exploring, hopefully you were able to find the small caps right here and the double strike through, and you'll see that it will show you the preview down in the bottom. And go ahead and hit OK, and it will apply it there for you. So those are features that obviously wouldn't be used unless they're an advanced feature you want to apply. I would like you to now go ahead and take the characters. Characters are any letter, number, space, punctuation mark, symbol. All those things are considered characters. And I would like you to take the characters of your first name, and I want you to space them out by 40 points. And that's not by clicking in between each letter and hitting the space bar enough. I want you to use the features to see if you can actually space the characters out by 40 points. So pause the video here and go try that. So this is another advanced font feature, and so we're going to go ahead and go to the dialog box for this one. And if you're looking around, you can see like this has font, font style, size, effects, underline, those kinds of things, but it's not on this first screen. Instead, it's actually on the advanced tab. And again, you might be wondering like, why would I use character spacing, or what would I do? But actually for a lot of design features, like let's say you were creating a newsletter or a title page, character spacing might come in handy, or maybe you want to get more to fit on a page, so you want to actually condense the space between letters. So it's still readable, but it's taking up less space. And that's going to be on the advanced tab. You can see on the advanced tab, we've got character spacing as an entire group of options, and then we've got open type features as well. So what we can do is we can actually space the characters out or condense them together by adjusting this spacing from normal to actually be like expanded or condensed. So I can expand it, and then I can pick the point. And you can see that you can like hit this button here and it'll take you up by 0.1 every time, or you can just click in the dialog box and type in 40. And I think what's important is, again, you don't have to put the points in, just like you don't have to put in inches or anything like that for your other measurements, because it's already defaulted to points, so it'll just put that in there. So if I click in another box, it will actually show me in the preview what it's going to look like. And when I click OK at the bottom, it will apply it to the text. And notice it even applies to the double strike through as well. So you can see it would automatically space things out. Obviously, this is a little exaggerated. You probably wouldn't want to space things out this much, but it is a feature that's really great instead of you having to hit the space bar between letters. So now what I want you to do is I want you to condense it by 25 points. So instead of it being expanded by 40 points, go ahead and condense it real quick, pause it here and try that. So we're going to go through the same thing. We're going to go to the dialog box, advanced, but this time instead of expanded, I'm going to choose condensed and I'm going to type in 25, and you'll see that the letters are actually pretty much sitting on top of each other. So if I click OK, they're going to sit on top of each other, which is a little too much. So if I went back into my dialog box and let's try like, I don't know, 5 points and see what happens. Oh, still sitting on top of each other. So let's try even 1 point. And you can see that now they're barely sitting on top of each other. So condensing, you might want to go even down into the, the 0.2 range or 0.3 range. And you can see that it's really going to condense those letters together. It's still readable, but making that space be smaller. So that's how you can get in the dialog box and do some other things. You're going to be asked to do some stuff in an assignment to kind of explore that dialog box a little bit more. And we have 2 more features of font that I definitely want to cover in the next video.